So hello everyone. I'm so happy that you guys are here for this masterclass. It's quite game changing because we're going to talk about the three energy elements that take to actually make a shift in your business predominantly. And we could use this in our life as well. But because I'm talking about business, we're going to just use the context for your business, but definitely use it in your life. So I've created a deck of slides that I'm going to share with you right now, and then we're going to go through it. And in the end, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to, raise your hand and ask me. And if there is anything raised, there is probably a bar where you can, there's a hand there. You can raise your hand as well. Take a notebook and take a pen, because they are going to be a little journaling prompt that I'm going to make you go through so that you could reflect in your own space and business where you're at. Okay. I'm just going to share the screen. Awesome. Okay. So here we are. So I'm so happy that you guys are here for this masterclass, and I'm so honored that you actually chose the time for yourself today. You could have done 100 things today. Dasmin, you're on break, and Sherry, I'm so glad that you made the time to come on right now. But this is really this time for yourself, for your growth, for your elevation in your business. So this session will go deeper into the tactics, and today we're going to align the energy. We're going to find out what the hidden blocks are, and we're going to reconnect to the truest identity of yourself, because sustainable success is not just built on strategy. It's built on alignment, energy, and belief. Okay. So the first thing is, let's be real. You're not here because you haven't been working hard enough. You haven't been showing up. You haven't invested in your coaches or your courses or your strategies or your templates. You're probably asking yourself, why does it seem so hard? Like, why do I still doubt myself? Why am I still not where I want to be? Right? And maybe you're quietly even wondering, is this really something wrong with me, or is this the right thing for me? I want you to hear very clearly that there's really nothing wrong with us. What's wrong is our framework that we've been sold. Our framework tells us to push harder, work harder, think positive, turn the offer, change it, tweak it, and things will start magically becoming, or they'll fall into place. But the real reason that you're stuck isn't because you're lazy, you're broken, you're not good enough. That is not it. It's because your energy, your identity, and your beliefs are not fully aligned yet with the version of success that you're trying to create for yourself. So today we're going to look at that. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Azmina. I'm a wealth intuitive. I'm a theta healer instructor, and I've been in this space for around 7 years now. And I really learned this the hard way. Years ago, I was in corporate, I was in sales and advertising, and I was navigating a tough divorce. On the outside, I looked really great in everybody's eyes. Oh my God, she's doing it. I ticked all the boxes. Oh, she's got the guts. She left. She's doing it on her own. But inside, let me tell you, it was I was operating from survival. I was operating from a place of, I thought my marriage defined everything that I was supposed to be as a woman, as a mother, and so much fear, so much scarcity, so much doubt, so much emotional disconnection I was feeling. And I was operating from that, even though I wanted a better life for myself, even though I was trying to build a beautiful business for myself and want the abundance and want the soul aligned clients and wanted the inspiration, I just couldn't get it. And I couldn't get it because I wasn't aligned. My strategies were all on point. I was doing everything with the coaches that I had. And I mean it. I even hired one of the most expensive coaches because his strategy looked amazing. And I thought, if I could get to that space, that's it. I'm going to be exactly where I want to. But no matter how many strategies you try, or no matter how many strategies I learned, no matter how much I did, Something always felt stuck for me, always. So the real reason why you're stuck isn't strategy. It's this invisible thing. And I'm going to go through it here very quickly. It's your chakras, your energetic centers that are storing your emotions, your memories, your patterns, whether they're physical and emotional. They're stored in your chakras. Secondly, your identity, who you believe you are to receive the kind of thing that you want, whether it's the business, whether it's the relationship, whether it's just the person that you want to become. It's who you think you are and how willing are you ready to receive. And thirdly, it's the beliefs. And the beliefs are really much the silent programs that we have running in our daily decisions and actions. And these beliefs come in when they come in at a young age. They come in childhood trauma. They come in through our parents' upbringing. You should have the collective consciousness. You have to be like this. There's no other way. And all of these beliefs get stuck on us, and they really silently run our show. Okay. So when all of these are misaligned, oh, sorry. I'm just going to let somebody in. Perfect. So when all of these are misaligned, no amount of doing more, no amount of taking the right actions, everything just still feels off. It still feels off. Okay? You're building on a fractured foundation. That's it. But when you align your energy, when you redefine your identity and you upgrade your beliefs, you create a new foundation. Your results just naturally shift. It's an automatic shift. Okay. So what are chakras? For the people who don't know really what chakras are, they're not just abstract spiritual ideas, right? They're energetic centers that are deeply influencing our life and in our business. So chakra, which is a Sanskrit word called meaning wheels, and it's these energy centers in points in our body, and right from the base of our spine, right to the top of our head, on top of our head, and throughout, these are spinning discs that, when aligned, it corresponds to different emotions that are aligned in our body. And when they're closed and blocked, they cause major organs to be sicknesses to come up, nervous systems to shut down, energetic frequencies that are just off in our emotional and our physical being. So when your chakras are aligned, you could feel grounded, you could feel creative, you could feel confident, you could have opportunities. You feel like your clients are just coming in, your wealth just comes in just without force. And when they're blocked, you feel like, oh my God, I'm stuck. I'm afraid. I'm just going to let this person in. So when they're blocked, you feel stuck. You feel like, where's my worth? I'm unclear about my next steps. So the good news, guys, is that you can clear them, we can realign them, and you can rewire your business for success from the inside out. Hi, Tanya. How are you?
Hello, nice to see you. Thanks for,
Nice to
sorry for
see you.
being late.
No worries. I'm just going to continue now, and I will give you the replay. So you might not always realize that your chakras are blocked, but you'll absolutely feel the impact in how you lead, how you show up. Sorry, everybody's coming in, and I'm so sorry. Okay, so you might not always realize how your chakras are blocked, but you'll always feel the impact, like I said, and it'll show you how you show up in your business, how you are growing in your business. 1 second. I've just got the background music on, so I'm going to, oh, there it is. Okay. So I want to break down each chakra for you guys so that you can see what each chakra is responsible for in your business. So let's look at the root chakra. If you guys can just if you can just mute yourselves, that would be awesome. So the root chakra is really about our safety and our stability. So when it's aligned, we feel secure in our money, we feel secure in our pricing, we feel secure in our foundation. And when it's blocked, we're constantly worried. How am I going to pay this bill? What's going to come up? Just your security feels off. And sometimes we'll even notice that we get lower back pain. And that's a big sign as well of our lower chakra, which is our root chakra, being misaligned. And how this impacts us in our business is that we avoid financial decisions. We start undercharging, we start overworking to prove our worth. And that's when we know, okay, our root chakra is off. Then we've got the sacral chakra, which is right at the navel. And this is all about our creativity and magnetism. So when we're aligned, we feel so inspired. We are playful, we're happy, we're creative in our business, we're inspired with our content, and things just flow just beautifully. And when they're blocked, we just feel uninspired, disconnected to our passion, and we're not able to create any projects. We're just not inspired to create. So how that impacts us in our business is that we create boring content, we're misaligned offers, we're struggling in attracting the ideal clients. I mean, have you ever noticed when you're doing your content and you're just feeling like you're channeling all this information that you want to let out to your clients? That's because your sacral chakra is really happening and working for you. Okay, so let's go now on to the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra is all about our confidence and our leadership. So when it's aligned, you start trusting yourself, you start taking that bold action, you start becoming that empowered leader, and you start owning your worth. And you feel really amazing. You just feel like I can do anything. It feels just so right. And when blocked, you're second guessing yourself. You've got imposter syndrome going on, and you're playing smaller than you really are. And how it impacts you in your business is that you're procrastinating launches, you're fearing the visibility showing up, going on Facebook Live, doubting your authority. And this is real because it does really happen, guys. And I'm going to move on here to the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is based right around our chest. And this is all about receiving and alignment. And when it's aligned, you feel connected to your offer. You feel like you're loving every moment of what you've created. You're open to receiving. You're open to working with the right clients. And when you're blocked, you overgive, you feel burnt out, you're tired, you're attracting the wrong people. The wrong people are coming to you because you're just taking anybody and you're just struggling to receive the money. Okay. And the way it impacts you in your business is you start underpricing, you're feeling resentful, you're disconnected to your offer and your business, and you're just feeling like you're attracting those drained clients. Okay. And then let's go to the throat chakra, which is right around here. And this is the visibility and expression. And I also like to put our pricing in this one. And when it's aligned, you're communicating clearly, you're confident, you're just feeling confident about your pricing as well. You could like say, this is my offer, and it is whatever it is. And say it so easily and effortlessly because you are so aligned with what you're doing. And when it's blocked, you hold back on your truth. You're not able to you speak or communicate what you want, and you're not confident about your pricing. And how it affects us in our business is your inconsistent content because you don't know what you're writing. You're just like, okay, I think I'm going to put this down today, and I think I'm going to talk about this today, and it's not very it's not flowing. It's not flowing effortlessly, and you're very you don't have the comfort around the sales conversations. And it shouldn't even be about the sales conversations. It's about what you do and how you can transform people's lives and your intention behind it. Now let's move on to the third eye chakra, which is situated right in the middle of the brow here. And this is all about when it's aligned, you trust your intuition. You have this intuitive strategy. You just know this is what I'm going to do, and you follow suit, and you trust your decisions. And if you know that if this doesn't feel right, not to listen, or to listen rather. And when it's blocked, you just are constantly seeking validation, constantly overthinking. You're confused and you're just following the strategy that is not aligned with you. And how it affects you in your business impact is like you start feeling a little bit confused. You're like shiny syndrome object. You're always second guessing your offer or your path or your strategy hopping. Have you ever done that? I've done that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the Facebook Live for like 7 days, and then I'm going to start this. And it just, that's exactly what strategy hopping is all about. And let's go to the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is really about our purpose and our trust. And when we are connected, we're guided and we are co-creating with a higher power. And when we're not aligned and when we're blocked, we just feel like we doubt ourselves and we doubt what we're doing and we feel like we're unsupported and we feel alone and we feel disconnected to our intuition. And how this affects our business impact is that we force our launches, we start chasing instead of attracting, and we're feeling isolated and misaligned, and we have no joy in what we're doing anymore. It becomes like, oh my God, I'm not making that sale. Oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Oh my God, is this really for me? And all of this starts playing out because you're not tapping into the bigger abundance and co-creating. Now, these are the chakras that all are interrelated and one works with the other. And so it doesn't mean that you're isolating one and that's what it means. All our chakras are interrelated. Like you need your crown chakra to be open to have our intuition going. Our intuition also requires us to have our throat chakra, to have our option to be able to communicate. And when we know which misalignments we have or what we're actually dominant in, we know that we're either doing too much or too little in that area. So now let's look at, now that we've explored each chakra, let's anchor in your reality. Because the truth, right? The truth is most of us don't walk around saying, hey, I think my chakra is blocked today. I think my throat chakra, I can't communicate. So you have to really understand that these symptoms really come up over and over again, despite the fact that we may not call it a chakra, right? So I want you to reflect right now for yourself. Have you ever felt resistance around showing up online, even though you had a strategy? Now you could just kind of, say that within yourselves. Or maybe you've had an amazing, amazing idea, but you couldn't bring it to life. Now, have you ever found yourself like maybe underpricing or second guessing or feeling burnt out or you can't keep up or you're just really tired of everything? This is chakra work. This is really chakra work. What you've been calling procrastination, what you've been calling inconsistency, what you've been calling lack of motivation is often an energetic misalignment. So you're not lazy, you're not falling behind, you're not confused, you're not all these things that you've been saying to yourself silently. You're just running a business with a little bit of a blocked energy. And that's what's creating the disconnect. So once we shift the energy, the strategy starts to click in. And once we clear the block, the clarity comes in. And once we embody the alignment, the actions start flowing. So now that you've seen how the chakra misalignment shows up, my chair is squeaking. So now that you've seen how the chakra misalignment shows up, and I know that you've seen when you've signed up, there was another link for a chakra audit. So that is exactly what this is. So, when you know the misalignment has come up, whether it's in your pricing or whether it's in your energy, in your visibility, your capacity to receive, wherever you think you may be, you might be wondering right now, which chakra of mine is off? Where am I leaking my energy or holding back? So that's where I created the chakra audit. And I'm offering it as a second for a personal reading. So when we look at the full chakra system, we identify what chakras are flowing, which ones are not, which ones are overactive, which ones are underactive, which ones are keeping you in a holding pattern, which ones are causing emotional state. It may also seep into what you're feeling right now. It could be a physical pain, or it could be an emotional pain. Right. So that all comes in with the chakra audit. And it's not about analyzing your content at all. It's not about your business model at all. It's about tuning into the energy alignment and showing up, which parts of you are working overtime and which ones have gone quiet. Because sometimes you could be doing, oh my God, I'm creating, but you're not working on the marketing or the pricing part of it. So you're actually imbalanced in everything that you're actually putting out there. So because of the one alignment, you could find that it's affecting all your other chakras. Okay. So this kind of awareness it changes everything, because what we do is we recognize where your chakras are blocked and where you are actually overacting, having an overactive chakra. And for those that know or have worked with me in the past in Worthy and Wealthy, I am including the chakra audit for free, because I know that when you're ready, this is one of the things that is a game changer, and it has been for me immediately when I noticed right away which areas need to be focused on right away for my alignment. So that's what you get. And with the chakra alignment, I do want to tell you that I've created this amazing chart for the emotional side in your life, but I've also created something for the business angle of everything. So now that we've explored the chakras in our business, let's take it one level deeper. And let's go into the internal dialogue that often shows up without us even realizing, right? That is your dominant belief. Now, I know we carry around a lot of beliefs. A lot of beliefs that come in from everywhere. Again, like I said, our childhood, our trauma, our parents, our history level, our soul level. But there's always this dominant belief that actually shows, that comes up unknowingly, sort of subconsciously taking over everything. And it really experiences, and it's based on the experiences and our conditioning of the fear that we have, right? So it's not the belief that we say out loud, oh, I'm not good enough, because that's something that we may kind of, well, we don't go around saying that, but things that we do indicate that that may be something that we're running. It really runs quietly behind, and we don't realize that it influences our actions, and it really influences the energy that we have every single day, because what we put forward is really what we're actually manifesting out there and what we're calling out with the law of attraction. So your belief comes from an experience, like I said, from childhood trauma. It could be an experience. For me, I knew that I was running a belief of scarcity and fear when I was going through my divorce. And I thought, oh my God, how am I going to do this on my own? But something that I knew it was a dominant belief, because it wasn't just in my marriage. I knew I ran it prior to my marriage. It was just showing up as a pattern that came up dominantly in my marriage when I was going through my divorce. So layered with that dominant belief, we have a dominant thought. And that is absolutely, it's life-changing, because once we recognize what we're running, we're actually being really intuitive. We're wearing that cap of our thinking cap. Like, what is it that I'm really running that is stopping me from moving forward to that next step? So that dominant thought is that little voice that repeats in your head very often, and it feels like the truth. And it could be like, I'm not ready yet, or I don't sound smart enough, or I can't do it, or that person's doing it better than me. Oh my God, she's already doing it. So, I mean, who's going to listen to me? And we all know that is the thought that's going in your head that's keeping you actually not getting to that next level self. Okay. So these thoughts are not just casual, they're powerful. And if they're coming all the time, and if you're avoiding an area in your life, chances are that is the dominant thought that's actually seeping into the belief of that dominant belief that you're having packed in a package, you know? So right now, I just want you to take a little bit of a moment and ask yourself, if I were to know, and if you know, that's perfect, but if I were to know, what would be the dominant belief that's running the show for you right now? And if you know, I want you to write that down. And if I were to know, what is the dominant thought that is running inside my mind right now? And I want you to just write it down. Now, I don't want you to overthink it. Just what comes up first, write it down. It's the first step to shifting what's coming up. And remember that when we do work in our Worthy and Wealthy program, we identify the belief that's coming up. And then we do that and we clear that in the program. But now, let's move on to the next energy. So the next energetic shift that I want to talk about with you right now is your identity. So now that we've named the dominant belief, now that we've named the dominant thought, and maybe you're probably even feeling the weight of how often this thought comes in your head, and that's shaping your choices, because this is not small. This is something that could be recognized and shifted because we've been dealing with it for so long. I want us to go a level deeper. And because even if you clear that belief, if you're still holding on to the same identity, you'll default right back to the same old patterns. And let me explain. So, and I'm going to bring my marriage back to this because this is the biggest thing that I saw that happening with me was when I went through the divorce and the scarcity and the fear of, oh my God, how am I going to start my business? What am I going to do? Who's going to listen to me? Or the fear and the scarcity. I was operating from a space of a person who had the identity of a person who was worried or scared or not able to achieve their goals, although that's what I wanted. I wanted the abundant business. I wanted to be able to shift and change. But I couldn't do that because my identity was not of the person who had that business, who wanted that abundant life, who wanted that abundant business. So your identity is the energetic blueprint, right? For you to allow for what you tolerate, for what you believe you deserve. So if you deserve that you're not worthy of a business, subconsciously, because I thought consciously, oh my God, I'm worthy of anything. But subconsciously, I was probably running that show. I was not holding the identity of that woman who wanted that. Okay. So what I wanted to say is that if we're holding the same identity of the person who does not believe that they deserve it, or they can't ask for the right price, or they can't create that, or be that person who's going to stand up, your identity is going to be, you're going to stay at that same frequency. And that is the level you're going to stay at. So who you think you are at a subconscious level. And here's the truth, right? You cannot create a new reality if you're still identifying as the same old person who has to hustle hard, or has to shrink herself to be small, or who has to overgive, or who has to doubt herself, or who has to doubt her amazing power, right? So the next step is not to do more. It's to become the person who we really are supposed to, prior to the experiences, prior to the trauma, prior to the beliefs. Because really, if we could think that we want this business, then we've already established that we are the person that can create it. So you are becoming that person. Okay? I hope that makes sense. And let's talk about what that looks like. Okay? What does that look like? And how do you begin to step into that person? Right? So I want us to just check again and reflect on us personally. Is the identity I'm holding aligned with the results I desire? Ask yourself. Is the identity holding aligned with the results that I desire? And these answers are just for you, because this is where you're going to just see where you are. Am I operating from the frequency of my future self? Or am I trying to get there while thinking of the past version of me? Are you at this new identity, or are you operating from the past version of yourself? Do I secretly still believe I need to prove myself, play it safe, or play it small? Because I want to say, if any one of you have answered yes to any one of those self thoughts, that's not something that we need to fix. It's something that we need to shift. Okay? All right. So here's the thing. I know we've taken a lot of time, and I know that I've given you a lot of information, especially for the people that have not or just been introduced to this body of work. And for those that haven't, I am definitely going to give you the replay, and you can definitely go through it and take it all in. But I want you to be able to understand how important it is for all of these three elements that that's going to help you shift. Okay. So let's bring this all together, and let's see what the foundation of our next level self is. It's not about your energy. It's not about your mindset, although it may be a little. And it's not just about your identity, right? It's about the combination of the three that's going to unlock the momentum and the alignment. So number one, it's the chakras. The chakras is your energy. It's for us to be able to see where you are emotionally and physically and where you're off. Your beliefs. What are you running at a subconscious level? What are your patterns? What are your programs? And your identity. It's who you are being. Who are you being to be that person who's going to attract the kind of work or the business or the offer or ask the pricing that that person needs to be to match? Okay. And that's going to equal your aligned action and inspired aligned action. So when your chakras are open and your beliefs are released and your identity now starts matching the life or the business that you are wanting to be, you start having everything you want. The business starts flowing. Okay. And it's effortless. I'm telling you, it's a matter of a shift, right? So you no longer have to take this forced action. You no longer have to wake up and say, oh my God, I'm going to have to put 30 minutes to social media. And oh my God, I've got to like answer all of that, because it doesn't become tedious. It becomes joyful. It becomes like you're so aligned in your truth, because you're actually working on yourself first to align yourself to be that person, to release those beliefs and to let go of any of those chakras that are holding you back, or even finding out what chakra needs to be fine-tuned to work on so that you know you can get to that next level self. Okay? So this is exactly, again, what we're going to do in Worthy and Wealthy, and I'll talk about it later at the end of this. But now I just want you to allow the energy to move through, and observe what shows up for you right now. Maybe some things are coming for you right now, and maybe write it down on your piece of paper, jot it down on what's coming up. And what we're going to do right now is I'm going to go through a little bit of an energy meditation, just for you to activate your chakras and see where you're at. Okay. So now that we understand the equation, I want us to drop in, to connect with that energetic part of you that is going to be able to shape your every decision, your every thought, your every action, that's going to create the results in your business. Okay. So I don't want you to try and figure everything out right now, because that's not where we're at. We're just going to take this very calmly, and I'm going to go through a little bit of a meditation. I just want you guys to be in a comfortable spot. I'm just going to. So let's just relax and take a deep breath in, and just allow your body to let go of all the stress of today, the thoughts racing in your mind. And I want you to take a deep breath in and release. Let's take another deep breath in and release. And I want you to just let your breath soften your body. Just be relaxed. I want you to feel your feet on the ground, your spine lengthening, and your awareness just drawing inward. And just imagine good earth energy coming from the soles of your feet, and they're moving right up, right to your root chakra. Now bring your attention to that base of your spine. And I want you to visualize a beautiful, glowing red light. It pulses gently with every breath, anchoring you to this earth. This center governs your safety, your stability, and your belonging. And I want you to ask yourself, do I feel supported in my business? Am I operating from the grounded decisions of fear, of survival? And I want you to breathe in security, and I want you to exhale the fear. Just let everything out. Now I want you to move your awareness just below your navel, right to your sacral chakra. And I want you to visualize a warm orange glow, like a setting sun. And this center holds your creativity, your emotional expression, and pleasure and magnetism. And I want you to ask yourself silently, do I feel inspired by my offers in my business? Or inspired just alone in my business? Am I creating from joy? Or am I creating pressure? And I want you to breathe in creativity and exhale disconnection. And we're going to move our attention now, and we're going to move it up, right up to the upper abdomen, which is our solar plexus chakra. And I want you to see a radiant yellow spinning light at your core, strong and steady like the sun. This center is all about your identity. It's your powerhouse center. It's your confidence. It's your leadership. And I want you to ask yourself, do I trust myself in my business? Or am I shrinking myself for stepping forward? Am I feeling the fear the fear of speaking up, the fear of being too big or too small. And I want you to breathe in empowerment, and I want you to exhale self-doubt. Now I want you to bring your awareness right to your heart chakra, the center of your chest. And I want you to visualize a beautiful green light. And I want you to see this beautiful light expanding outward with every breath. This center governs your ability to love your creation, love to receive, love your clients, love the abundance, love the support. And I want you to ask yourself, am I open to receiving? Am I allowing the support, the income, the clients, and what I deeply desire? Am I allowing that in? And I want you to breathe in love. And I want you to exhale resistance. And now let's move and shift your focus now to your throat chakra. And let's move that sea blue light, clear and vibrant and expanding as you breathe. And this center is all about communication, visibility, authentic self, pricing, being able to say exactly how you feel. And I want you to ask yourself, am I fully expressing who I am in my business? And do I speak from fear or from soul? And I want you to breathe in clarity. And I want you to exhale hesitation. Now bring your awareness right to the space in between your eyebrows, your third eye. And I want you to visualize a deep indigo light just glowing right there, like a midnight sky filled with stars. This center holds your intuition and your inner wisdom. And I want you to ask yourself, am I trusting myself to lead? Am I playing too small? Am I creating from knowing or am I creating from doubt? And I want you to breathe in vision. And I want you to exhale confusion. Take it all out. Now, bring your focus to the top of your head, your crown chakra. See a soft violet or white light from above, just connecting to divine wisdom and universal support. This is the center of surrender and spiritual connection. This is the center of where we co-create, where we're not alone, where we have guidance. And ask yourself, do I believe I'm supported? Am I allowing the universe to co-create with me? And I want you to breathe in divine trust. And I want you to exhale control. Now feel all your energy centers aligned from root to crown, each one spinning freely, clear and grounded and alive. So your business is a reflection of this alignment. And when your energy flows, so does your clarity, creativity, your income, and joy. I want you to take one deep breath in, hold, and exhale. Let's just do that again. Take another deep breath in, hold, and exhale. And when you're ready, ever so gently, I want you to open your eyes. How was that? Oh, thanks. Thanks, Azmina. Now let's turn inward. I want you to grab your journal or a piece of paper or whatever you have handy, and I want you to just stay still. I want you to take a few deep breaths if you need to. I really want you to be able to channel and be in that zone. And this is where you're going to be honest with yourself. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Shara. And I want you to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, where am I operating from survival? Where? Next one is, where in your body do you feel you need more alignment? And it could be from what we said, what you felt, what you know, where you're at. It could be anything, whatever is coming through. Nothing needs to be perfect right now. It just needs to be out. The first thing that comes into your mind right now, where in your body or chakra do you feel you need more alignment? And I think an easy way to kind of, or something that could help you is, where are you feeling the resistance? And it could be physically. It could be like, am I worried about my product? Or it could feel that I'm not even feeling well, like I've got my back pain. You know, it could be anything. I want you to just kind of play, you know, put your thinking cap on and see, like, where is it? Where am I feeling the resistance? Or where am I feeling the tension? Now I want you to tell me which chakra felt aligned for you, right? Which chakra felt aligned for you? And now, which chakra felt disconnected? And if you were to know, which chakra felt disconnected for you? Where have I disconnected from my creativity and flow? Where have I disconnected from my creativity and flow? Where am I still doubting my worth, my leadership? Where? Am I creating offers that I love or offers that I think will just sell? Am I creating offers that I love or offers that I think that will just sell? Am I fully expressing my worth, including my pricing? Where am I ignoring my intuition, doubting my own wisdom? And lastly, where am I trying to force success instead of trusting divine guidance? Where am I trying to force success instead of trusting divine guidance? And now ask yourself, or now ask, who is the woman that I'm becoming? And what beliefs must I release to embody her? What do I need to let go of? What energy must I align with daily to live her reality? What does this woman have to do? What does her daily ritual look like to be in alignment with her energy? What does she do daily? I want you to just breathe all that in. And you are so much closer than you think, because everything changes when we become aware. Once you see the block, you can shift it, right? Once you name the fear, you can release it. Once you are know your next level, you can become it or become her. This is the beginning of transformation. It just happens with us making that decision. And I'm going to, these questions, I know I went through them pretty quickly, but if you want to, well, you'll get the replay if you want to go through them and, you know, and at your own time and maybe write in journal all that comes up for you. Okay, so now that we've understood and we've cleared the energetic blocks around the chakras to really embody the person that who is ready to lead, who is ready to sell, who's ready to receive with ease and grace, I really want to invite you to my container, Worthy and Wealthy. And this is just like a 30-day, very quick intensive. And I did it purposely because I didn't want to spend a lot of time when I wanted to go full force into creating that shift. So this is going to be designed to clear your chakras, rewire the dominant subconscious belief that's coming up right now. What's currently coming up, will recognize and sit and see what is coming up for you. We're going to be on Telegram for 30 days where I will talk to you and upgrade your identity and help you shift. And whatever that means, whether it's journaling, whether it's doing some work, whether it's affirmation, but you will have 30 days of what that would look like, upgrading and rewiring your subconscious to the identity of that person who wants to achieve her goals. And we're going to align your business with the actions that need to take place. Once we recognize and release the beliefs that need to let go, the dominant thought, and clear the belief. So you'll receive, again, like I said, you'll receive the daily identity support, the deep healing, the energy work, and we're just going to get that super fast power to get you to the 30 days right away. So you're right into that. And that is my intention. So if you come to Worthy and Wealthy, I know I did offer the Chakra Audit, and if that's something that you want, it still stands. But with the Worthy and Wealthy, I will offer it as well, because that's just putting you right into one of the things that are going to propel you to get to the energetic points of you being the person that you want to. I'm just going to, hold on a second here. I am going to drop in, just so you have it. There, and I'm going to drop in the Worthy and Wealthy for you guys. Okay. So, all right. So this is the chakra page again, just so you know that you're going to get the audit, where you can refer back to everything, what's coming up. And even it's a great referral to see where you are on a daily, like what's feeling off for me? Where am I feeling off? Or what do I need to be working on? So that really is a great gauger for the chakra audit that I created. I'm quite happy with that, actually. And so your energy is powerful. Your identity is limitless. Your success is inevitable. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for you being here and listening to this. And I really hope that this has, you've been able to take this in. And I really am so grateful that you have chose yourself today and the version of you that's been waiting for you. So she's already here, by the way. We just need to tap into that. So I want you to bring her forward. And having said that, I'm just done here. So I'm going to stop this. Hold on. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And if you don't, then I'm so grateful and honored for you guys to be here, and I will send you the replay. Are we good? Awesome. Thank you. How was it, Tanya? Did you enjoy it?
I did, but I'm not used to using Google. So I'm like, well, where do you type things? I'm used to Zoom. And
I know, me too.
I'm like, where the hell am I meant to type something and say thank you? And so it's all good, darling. Yes, it was very helpful. And thank you for your generosity of spirit. And I look forward to taking my time to go through those questions again.
Absolutely. 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 I am